Bueno, sí, welcome, bienvenidos. This is another tutorial for ComputerRepairPage.com, and I'm gonna show you. Yes, in this tutorial, we're gonna start with basic history from the Microsoft operating systems, starting from DOS all the way to Windows 8, which is the newest one. But first of all, let me explain how these special classes or tutorials are going to be. I'm gonna show you these tutorials based on daily use of the computer. I'm gonna show you introduction. I'm gonna show you a little bit of history, not that much, so we don't get bored. But the use for everyday or everyday use for the computer. First of all, um, I'm gonna change the background of our computer. I like these flowers, but I want to show you my personalized wallpaper, and I want to show you how to change the wallpaper so you can customize it to your personal um, needs. So the first thing we're gonna do to change the wallpaper in the background is right click here in this area, which is called the desktop. I'm gonna explain to you more about the names of the area or parts of the screen in the following couple minutes. But now, this area right here, no icons. These are the icons, not the icons. This area where there are no icons. Uh, Click on your button from your mouse. We call it right click. So right click, and then we go to personalize our screen, our desktop, and then as you can see, we have a theme, Windows default theme. We have different themes and we can get more online, but in this case uh, we want to get a personalized wallpaper, which I did, but I'm gonna do it again so you can see how to do it. We have some options here in the bottom, and the one we're gonna work with right now is called desktop background. So we're gonna click on the little icon right here, and then we're gonna go and look for that picture that we want to set up as a wallpaper. So we go to browse, we click on the button that says browse, and there you'll see your computer, you see your network, you see your desktop. So if you have that picture in a flash drive, which we recommend you to copy it to the C drive, to the computer, you will click right here, it says computer, and it will show you the units that you have, like your hard drive. In this case, mine, I name it Windows 8. So I'll click there, and then I'll look for the folder where I have the picture. So I'm gonna go through work new, which is my folder, and then publicidad, which means publicity. And that's where I have the picture. So I'm gonna click on OK. And since I don't want all of those pictures in here, I'm gonna remove and just leave the one I want, which is this one right here. So I got that one right there, and then you can select how you want that picture to be shown on your desktop. You want to fill the entire screen, or you want, if it's a small one, you can use it like tile, center it, stretch it, span, fit, fill, etc. Fit would put it the whole picture without distorting the image, without stretching it. But you want it to fill the whole screen and the size is a little bit different, you could just stretch and it will fit one way or another. Of course, it might look um, a little distorted, but you know, it's part of the. If you want one exactly the size, you need to know the resolution you have and create it yourself, or find one that has the same uh, resolution size. So we're gonna leave it like fill. Maybe stretch. We're gonna put stretch so it looks a little better, even though it might stretch a little. But so you select the option you want, picture position, and you select the picture you want. Now you just click on Save Changes. By default, Windows will try to get you a color that matches your picture or something that they believe it's related. So they have right here color, and it's automatic. It put like sort of like uh, red or something like that color on the taskbar and on the windows. I kind of not like that color, so I'm gonna go right here and click on color, and instead of the automatic, I'm gonna select the blue, which I like. So I'll click on the blue, and then I click Save Changes, and you can see that my taskbar changed, and the title bar of this window changed as well to a blue color, the one that I select. So now we're gonna take a look and see if we got the colors that we needed. So we're gonna close this option, the personalization, and there you have it. This is the wallpaper that I want on my computer, even though the colors are a little a little strong, but that's part of our company, ComputerRepairPage.com, and for that reason, that's why I'm gonna use it. But you're gonna be using whichever you like, right? Okay, so we changed the wallpaper in our background. Now I'm gonna explain to you how that works and how and what are the parts of the computer. But first, let's talk a little about the history of the Microsoft operating systems, which are used on PC computers, personal computers. As you already know, the most well-known are the Mac computers from Apple, or called Macintosh, and the Windows computers from different vendors uh, called PC or PC clones. Okay, so let's go to take a quick look at the desktop of the different operating systems. I'm gonna show you right here in this folder. I prepare a picture where I design and put all these desktops from different operating systems. So let me start from the oldest one, and then we go from there. Right here we have MS-DOS 6.0, which MS stands for Microsoft, DOS stands for Disk Operating System, and this version is 6.0. As far as I know, the newest version of Microsoft DOS, it was 6.2, but they look the same. So I just want to show you a picture how it looks and how we used to work with MS-DOS back in the days. So this is the screen. It's usually a black screen unless you change it, but the default is black screen with white letters. And in this case, we use a command called dir to show the directories or files in the C drive. And as you can see, there's the command com, which is one of the most important for the operating system. Um, and um, and then we use the command bear like view. So that's to show what version of Windows is. So that's what it is, version. And it shows us that MS-DOS version 6.0, it's the one installed in this computer. Also, I'm going to explain to you what the C column, a backslash, and greater than sign means. The C and the column together means that's the unit being used at the moment. In this case, that's the hard drive. The C drive, as we call it, that's a hard drive, and that's what is more likely to be used whenever you go to the prompt or to the MS-DOS prompt. In this case, it's the hard drive. But if you see, before we used to use the A letter for the floppy drive, and the D normally for the CD-ROM drive or CD burner. But the most important thing here is that this part right here, that's your unit. That's your storage unit. Okay? And then we have the backslash. The backslash represents the root of the unit, the root where you are going to be saving your files or viewing the files. And the greater than sign means that here from this sign to the right, that's where you start doing things. If you put a command like for delete something, delete space data.txt, you will delete the file called data.txt. txt is just extension. So basically, if you see this, that's your unit and that's the root from where you are at the moment. You could change forward to go inside a folder, but that's going to be explained in a different tutorial. For now, just remember, this is the way computers used to be before Windows was introduced to the public. So that was the first one, MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System, and 6.0, the one we have right here. And remember, as far as we know, 6.2 was the last one that came out. Now, let's go and start with this desktop, with these little folders open. You don't see much of it. This is Windows 3.1. That's right, Windows 3.1. That was the first version of Windows to the public. Windows 3.1, that's when the GUI came out, like they call it, GUI, Graphical User Interface. And this is Windows 3.1. So I want you to take a look and see how the Windows has been evolving through the years. This is not too much history, it's just a presentation to the desktop and the operating systems, how they have evolved. So Windows 3.1, that was back in the days. And then we move to the next operating system introduced on the 95, which is called Windows 95. As you can see, here is the desktop. This part right here is the desktop. These are the icons on the desktop. We have no wallpaper, it's just sort of like green color, green, blue, whatever. And you have a start button where you can click to access programs, and you have a taskbar right here. This gray bar is called taskbar, and this right here is called the system time, which is the clock. So this is the face, this is the desktop, this is the look of Windows 95. Then we move to Windows 98. It looks kind of similar, but in Windows 98 we have Internet Explorer to browse the internet. Before we used to use Netscape Navigator. It was one of the first browsers, I mean the most popular ones. And Microsoft created Internet Explorer so people can use this browser as well. And this one came with the operating system. It doesn't have to be installed separately like Netscape or some others that were there at the time. So Windows 98. Start button, quick launch button. Instead of double clicking over here, you can just one click and it will launch the applications you have right here. Taskbar, as normal. Notification area, so it shows what programs are running and what programs are like running automatically when you turn on your computer. System time, as usual. So the only difference here is quick launch and system time. I mean notification area. And Internet Explorer, and of course more capabilities for working with newer programs and new technologies and blah blah blah. Okay, so Windows 98. And now let's go to Windows ME, Millennium Edition. That's the ME stands for Millennium Edition. In this case, we have about the same thing right here in the taskbar. start button, quick launch buttons, toolbar actually called. Um, we have the taskbar. We have the volume right here in the notification area, and we have system time. You see about the same things, my documents, where you save your documents normally, my computer, my network places. There is a change that they changed the name of network neighborhood to network places. It does the same thing, but they just changed the name. A recycle bin to throw your trash files in there to delete them. Newer version of Internet Explorer, Outlook Express for the email, Windows Media Player more popular, more videos on the web, um, and etc. etc. So this is Windows Millennium. As you can see right here in the system properties, Microsoft Windows Millennium, version blah blah blah, and information about your processor, memory. So Windows Millennium. And now let's go next to Windows XP, which was one of the most popular and still is. A lot of people still have Windows XP, even though you need to upgrade to work better with some new technologies and some new programs, applications, blah blah blah. But Windows XP was a very popular and very reliable operating system. Now, as you can see, we have the start button, we have the start menu right here, which you could open with the other ones as well. But this one they modified a little. The graphical user interface changed, the GUI. It's about the same thing: taskbar, quick launch toolbar, um, taskbar, start button, um, and you can see a little arrow right here. Looks like a less than a sign, and you click there, and it will show you the icons in the notification area. System time, desktop icons, um, as you can see, Windows XP. Now the next one that came after that, that was Windows Vista. Windows Vista changed again the GUI, the options. So you can see it has about the same thing. Taskbar, quick launch toolbar, start button, start menu, system time, desktop, and they also got the gadgets toolbar or sidebar, like they call it, which is right here. Like you can have the clock, you can have the pictures, um, the RSS. You can have some custom gadgets right here, so you can have like the calendar, so you can see what day it is and blah 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 without aiming to the system time. So Windows Vista, this is the next after XP. After Windows Vista, it came Windows 7. Windows 7 as of today is very reliable, sometimes even more reliable than Windows 8. And so a lot of people prefer to stay on Windows 7. But let's take a quick look and see the differences. We have a start menu. Instead of the quick launch toolbar, you can pin these programs or applications to your taskbar. So you might be filling up the whole thing. So this is not the quick launch toolbar like before. These icons are being pinned to a taskbar. You can think of like the taskbar could be the whole size of the quick launch toolbar, but they call it pin to a taskbar. So start button, start menu, a little different than Vista. Shutdown option right there. Um, Notification area, system time with the calendar, and everything else, desktop, recycle bin, they look about the same. But between Windows Vista and Windows 7, Windows 7 is totally the best. It beat up easily Windows Vista because of reliability and speed. That's why it came out really fast, because Windows Vista was kind of good but not that good. So Windows 7 came and did the job. And now let's take a quick look at the last one, which is Windows 8, which is the one we're using right now for this tutorial and the one that I use at the moment. Um, let's take a quick look, and as far as you can see, whoa, where is the start button? Start button's gone. Um, Microsoft decided to remove the start button because the new generations are working a lot with the cell phones. They're very used to use the cell phones, the apps on the phones, and so Microsoft, I believe they said it's time to introduce the apps in a different way for the phones, for the tablets especially, because the tablets are touch and the apps are popular and will look better. So they removed the start button right here. They still have the pin icons right here, as you can see. Uh, Notification area, system time and calendar, icons on the desktop, and the wallpaper in the background, which is the desktop area. Windows 8, but what happened? Where are the programs? Where is the start button? Instead of the start button, and I'm gonna show you really quick, right here I'm running Windows 8, so I can show you the Metro. What they call the Metro, that's where they put all the apps, so you can scroll one way or another, blah blah blah, in order to access your programs or your apps, how they call it. So in order to do that, if you have Windows 8, you have to go to the corner, lower left corner right here, and it will show you Start. Then you click right there, and it will show you the Metro, how they call it, and it will show you here your apps that you have: Internet Explorer, Store, Maps, blah blah blah, whatever you want from here, and of course your desktop, which will show the wallpaper you have set up at the moment. And I have all my programs and apps right here on the Metro, so I can scroll horizontally, or I can use the little wheel that you have on your mouse to go back and forth. This is the Metro. This is where it shows your user for this computer, your user account name, and it shows the start right there. So we're gonna go back to the desktop. So I'm gonna click on the desktop right here, or you can click on your Windows key on your keyboard. It will take you to your Metro, or click again and it will take you to your desktop. So this is a brief introduction to Windows from the oldest to the newest. Windows 8, the one that I'm using right now. Out there it's Windows 8.1, which I believe they put again the start button right here because of the request of thousands or millions of people who didn't like the way that they don't have the start button right here. But it's about the same thing. Just come close to the corner, click on it, and that's it. But Windows 8.1, they already have the button. They brought it back. But Windows 8, it doesn't, unless you modify it or something. But by default, it doesn't. So this is Windows 8, and this was a brief introduction to the Microsoft operating systems. As you can see right here, this tutorial was brought to you by ComputerRepairPage.com. If you need a free consultation, call us right now. If you did a diagnostic for free, we can fix your computer today, online or on site. Call us now. You can call us. This is our office number, 714-881-3550. And I'm your tech support, tech consultant, and the CEO of ComputerRepairPage.com. I'm right here. My name is Mr. Peachy. You can call me Ricky Computer Tech, and I'll be more than happy to help you if you have any question related to fixing your computer, getting a consultation, quote, whatever. You can just visit us. Also, I'm gonna do here something before we finish this tutorial. I'm gonna right click on the taskbar, right click, and then I'm gonna left click on properties, and then I'm gonna go to auto hide the taskbar, and I'm gonna click OK. So it hides the taskbar. If I come to the bottom, it will show it. Otherwise, it will hide it. And why did I do that? Because I wanted to show you my email, techsupport@computerrepairpage.com. If you're watching the tutorial and you're not in the United States area, you're in Mexico or some other country, you might not call my number because of the long distance charge. You can go to tech support at computerrepairpage.com, send me an email to that email, and I can call you to your country um, free of charge, and I can give you options. We use Skype to communicate, so we don't have to, or you don't have to expend your money, and then we can connect remotely to your computer and fix most of the problems that you could have over there, virus cleanups and everything else. So anyway, this is a introduction to Windows operating system. So I'll see you on the next tutorial, and thank you for watching.